Howdy everybody, today we're going to be doing a video covering The Sims 3 on 3DS. The reason I wanted to do this video was because nobody really covers this one. I mean, I'm sure there's a few people out there who have, but this one is just a pretty forgotten Sims experience. I believe it's personally the most forgotten Sims game because unlike a lot of the other Sims games in the Sims series, they do something, they're kind of goofy for a certain reason. This game is pretty dang basic. Like, there's nothing, like, there's nothing crazy or wacky about this game, really. It's just kind of there, and it's just kind of the Sims 3 experience, but on 3DS. And it removed a lot of features from the DS game, and stuff like that. It's kind of a more dumbed down version, pretty much, which is kind of funny because it's on better hardware, yet it's more dumbed down. It's weird, but yeah, I wanted to do a video covering this game. It's removed features. It's sort of, just me playing through the game and sort of showing you what the game looks like and sort of how the game plays and, sort of the stuff that you can experience in the game because it's a very unique sort of weird sort of experience. And, yeah, I don't think many people know about this game, to be honest. The Sims 3 on DS is known because it's goofy looking. The Sims look weird. They look like aliens. But this game is just kind of forgotten. So without further ado, let's get on with this video. Howdy everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I wanted to cover a pretty forgotten Sims game, and I've never really covered we did the Sims 3 on DS. We covered the Sims 3 on DS. I did like 2 videos on that, I think. And we're going to be covering in this video, in my opinion, what I believe is the most forgotten Sims game, and that is the Sims 3 on 3DS. Now, The Sims 3 on 3DS is not very memorable. It's pretty much like a more limited, dumbed down version of the DS version somehow. So, it's just a crappier version of the DS version, but just with better graphics. That's pretty much the entire thing. So, let's get on to this. So here's the game. I recorded a little bit of footage here of sort of me just trying to recreate my character. I tried to recreate my Sims 3 character, and yeah, it's pretty goofy. I don't think the Sims look bad in this game. I actually think they look pretty good, but the customization is really limited. Like, you can only pick from being thin or slightly chubby. That's I think that's pretty much like the only options, like body-wise, in this game. And you can see, like, for the eyes, there's a lot more options here. You can change the eye color. There's a bit more options when it comes to certain things. But one thing I really didn't like about this game was they locked a ton of the customization, like clothing, hair, and, hats and beards and stuff. They locked a lot of this stuff behind careers and stuff you had to do, like friends you had to make and stuff like that. It's a really dumb system that they implemented. I show it a little bit later in the video, but yeah, you can see me trying to create my character, trying to get him some somewhat normal looking eyebrows. But yeah, this game is pretty dang goofy. It is pretty goofy. So here we are in the clothing section of the game, and as you can see, there's not really many options. And if you look right here, you can see all of the stuff they've locked behind careers and stuff. It's really dumb, some of the stuff they locked behind, the careers. I think that's really stupid. I don't know why they had that system. So, yeah, a lot of the stuff, the majority of the clothing is locked behind this system, and that's really stupid. You should be able to have any of the clothing at the start. Like, maybe if it's like a career costume, like maybe a burglar outfit or something, that makes sense to lock that behind a career because you can get it as a reward in a career. But, like, locking basic clothing and basic items and basic hairstyles behind this system, I think, is really dumb. Like, look at this. Look at these outfits, or hairs, that you can't get at the start. And for some reason, every time you switch outfits, it changes your hair, so you have to keep freaking resetting your character's facial hair and hair for each outfit. It is pretty goofy. So here we come on to one of the most lacking parts of the games, or this game, the trait system. You can only pick 3 traits, and the majority of the traits from the PC game are not here. Like, there's no kleptomaniac trait, there's no evil trait, there's only mean-spirited. Yeah, there's a lot of traits missing here. You can see I show all of them, but yeah, the traits are pretty bad. And you can't pick your lifetime wish. You can only pick from a selection depending on your traits. You don't get to choose them. So, yeah, it's pretty limited, the customization here. But it doesn't look too bad so far. So next we move on to the world of River's Bend. And that is the name of this world. Although for some reason the wiki hasn't put it as that. I don't know why. But I actually have the game physically, like I have the physical release of The Sims 3 on DS, or 3DS I mean, and if you check in the manual, it does call it River's Bend, so yeah, that is his actual name. And yeah, the town's pretty limited. You can only visit 2 community lots. There are townies here that you can meet, and they're pretty wacky looking. But yeah, the camera system is really weird, because obviously they're doing this with like the 3DS, but yeah, it's pretty strange. This game is definitely a strange experience, and unfortunately there's no open world. So if you remember The Sims 3 on DS, there was an open world. You could explore, you could drive around and stuff. That's not in this game. There's no cars in this game. There's no driving around. You can't run around anywhere. You can only just go to community lots. So it's kind of like The Sims 4 in a way. You can only go to community lots, really. Now, I will admit, in this game, I think the careers in this game are much better than in the Sims 4 base game. The careers are pretty much the same as just the regular Sims 3 PC game. I think it's got pretty much every career from the PC game, base game. So, yeah, that's pretty good. And what's kind of cool is if one of the Sims in the town is a criminal, like they work in the criminal career, they will actually try and rob you. They will be burglars in this game. There is burglars in this game. I've actually witnessed them a couple of times. Unfortunately, I didn't get anything on the recording, but yeah, there are burglars in this game. You can get robbed, and here's one of the characters you can meet. And pretty much, if you like become friends with this guy, you can unlock his outfit. Like you can unlock his chef outfit, I guess, which is kind of weird. But yeah, this is definitely a very interesting Sims experience. So here's the map again. As you can see, you can visit the Industrial Center or the Union Park. There's 2 community lots in this game. Nowhere near as many as in The Sims 3 on DS. For some reason, the DS version just has way more features. But yeah, this game is, I think it's easily forgotten because it just doesn't do anything really. I know there's the whole karma system and stuff like that, but yeah, it doesn't really do very much. But here we are in the community lot. As you can see, we're just sort of pulling up. And what's kind of funny is, for some reason in this game, people like to fight all the time. And you can see right here, we end up witnessing a fight between 2 Sims, which is pretty funny. Like some rocker lady and some other person. But yeah, it's kind of funny to just stumble upon these characters, like these really wacky looking characters just attacking each other. But yeah, that's a pretty cool part of the game. There. Now, unfortunately, this game is missing a lot of features, obviously, because it's on a freaking 3DS. So, it's missing, of course, the open world. It's missing the ability for your Sims to age. They cannot age in this game. They're all just adults. They can't have children, which kind of takes away from the whole life simulation element of the fucking game. You just can't even have a family in this game. There's no pools. There's no, there's certain things that just aren't in the game. Like a lot of basic features that you would think would be in the game just ain't there, bro. This ain't even a life simulation game. You can't even have kids in this game. So, yeah, that's pretty goofy. But you can romance people. You can move people in. You can move, I don't know how many people you can move in. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to mention that's a missing feature. You can only create 1 Sim. You can only create 1 Sim. You can't create a family. So you can't create a dad, a mom, and a kid. You can't do that. You can only create 1 person. So you have to get with someone who's in the town. Or you can create your own character and move them into the town. And then have your Sim befriend them and move them in. So yeah, that's sort of how it goes in this game. But, yeah, I just wanted to do a video covering this game since, it's just such a weird sort of Sims experience. And I have a lot of history with this game. I've played a lot of it just on my 3DS. I've played a lot of it. So, yeah, I've seen pretty much everything that this game has to offer. Burglars are pretty interesting. They just act like they do on the PC version. There's nothing really unique about them. But, yeah. This game is certainly interesting. I don't think it's the worst Sims game. That's not what this video is about. It is not the worst Sims game. It's actually a pretty decent experience for the DS. I just think it's forgotten because it doesn't really do anything. It's not really unique. It just kind of is there, and it's a pretty basic, dumbed-down experience. The Sims 3 on DS is more remembered because of how goofy it is and how goofy the characters look. This game just is remembered because it doesn't really do anything. There's a whole karma system in the game that I mentioned. It's there, but it's not really that interesting. It's just kind of, it's okay. I don't use it really. But yeah, that's about all I gotta say. I'll see you on the next one. That's enough yapping. Goodbye.